in her own words, all the things that she's done thus far. So welcome to Ask. How are you?
Joan, thank you. I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm not doing too well. I have a bit of a cold in my throat, but apart from that, I'm okay. So it's good to have you on. We've been friends for a long time, way back. So I know you pretty well, and I know that you are an amazing person. So God bless. And I just want to say this. You were born on the beautiful island, as I said, of Barbados, and I've been there several times. Would you mind sharing your journey from Barbados to the United States with us?
Certainly. Are you ready for me to start?
I'm ready.
Okay. In the early spring of 1967, I said goodbye to my family, my friends, and my table tennis colleagues. And I went to live in Canada, not United States. I went to Canada to study nursing. However, not being the most patient person in the world, I found a job as soon as I got settled in Toronto. And I decided to study nursing at a later date. Unfortunately, I never made it to the nursing school. No, I accepted the job as a long-distance telephone operator working for Bell Canada. And I also joined a new table tennis club in Toronto. A couple of years later, I got married in Toronto. I married Robert Hildebrand and moved to the USA, where we have two sons, Brian and Russell. That's it for that. Question 2.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. Now, you are a renowned table tennis player since the 1960s. So can you tell us something about your lengthy career?
Yeah, I'll try to get as much in as possible. Okay?
Yes,
all right.
Please.
Yeah, here we go. My table tennis career actually began at the Catholic Youth Organization, the CYO, in 1959. That's a place where all the teenagers for the church would gather, to play cards, table tennis. We'll have debates and other forms of wholesome entertainment. This was directed by Father Bruno Quayle. He was our spiritual director, so we were constantly supervised. The entertainment at that time was to go to the movies, sports events, or soap operas, or you would listen to your RCA radio or the Radio Fusion. We didn't have anything else back as a teenager there to do, so this was a good outlet for us. While I was there, I went over to the table tennis board, picked the paddle up, and I didn't know what I was doing actually, and tried to hit a couple table tennis balls over with the player. And a young gentleman came from the side, and he said his name was Gregoire, and he was the island champion. And he guided me on what to do, and he became more or less my mentor for a little while. And he coached me, and for the next 2 years, he entered me in 1961. He entered me into my first competition at the YMCA. And believe it or not, I was pitted against the island champion. I never got 10 points. But, that encouraged me. I'm not a loser. So from then, I decided that's the sport I want to play, and I would like to be a champion at some point. So then, playing and practicing, then comes 1962. Barbados asked me to represent them in Barbados. 1963 comes on, and Trinidad had an invitational tournament there for only Barbados and Trinidad. And my players with me, the ladies I'm talking about, was Marva Carter, Judy the camera, and Angela Gibbs, who was a new player, and myself. We were undefeated, winning the women's team championship and the women's doubles, defeating Trinidad top players Madry John and Jean Sargent. Then when I first started out to play, I had tough competition in Barbados. I had Joyce Innes, Marva Carter, and Ruth Williams. These were Barbados' former champions, and I learned from them. Then I defeated them all, and a couple of others, who came after. So I continued to play. As time went on, in 1963, I won the Barbados Championship, singles championship in 1963, 64, and 65. So I was recognized then as one of the top players for the island. In 1964, however, the tournament was being held in what we call British Guiana at that time, now better known as Guyana today. We were concerned, our families were very, very concerned about our leaving and going and participating in any sport there, because it was political unrest that resulted in rioting between the East Indians and those of African descent, the two different political parties. But we felt safe because the British troops were there. The tennis delegation of Guyana made sure that we were comfortable and safe. We came home that year, our team came home victorious. Tony Bayer, our singles champion, and Trevor Manning won the junior title. Well, there was no such luck for us ladies. We lost. We never won anything. Then comes 1967, 68 and 69. I represented Canada. In Toronto, I played Ontario and throughout the United States, representing Canada. In 1970, when I came to the United States as a resident and a new bride, I immediately found a club and I started to play in Philadelphia. That year, I was ranked 4th out of 500 women that first year. And I continued to excel. The playing up here was a lot tougher than in the Caribbean, so I played at Philadelphia Club, and I was the only female. There were all males there, but it was very, very beneficial for me because they play a more tough game than we did as females. So that's how, I get better from playing, losing, winning, etc. Then in 1961, when I was here in the States, the Barbados Association invited me to represent them at the Caribbean and Central American Games in Jamaica. I accepted the invitation, and I won both the Caribbean women's singles and Central American singles championships. I was also awarded the MVP of the tournament. This was the first time Barbados captured any titles in the women's division. I only lost one game throughout the entire two tournaments. I even defeated a player 21-0. I won't mention who that is. But later on, the Barbados Rediffusion named me Sportswoman of the Year. 1971 continue. I won the Eastern Caribbean Championship here in the United States, which is the second largest tournament. Then here comes 1972. Great. 1972, I represented the United States against the People's Republic of China in the ping pong diplomacy tournament. I played in New York and in Washington, D.C. The team was invited one day to the White House where they met President Nixon in a rose garden. Mr. Nixon was welcoming the Chinese team only, not the US team. We were not that close. As the president walked by, I shouted, "Mr. President," and President Nixon came over to where I was standing with the US team. I said, "Mr. President, may I have your autograph, please?" I gave him my pen, and he signed my miniature paddle for me. You see, I came well prepared to get a souvenir.
Amen.
Yes, that's right. Yes. During the tour of the White House, the team was presented with the presidential seal pin, and I would say it was quite an experience for me. Another tournament that was really quick was in 72, was St. Lucia. Hear all about this. They invited me to come and bring a couple players. Unfortunately, some of them couldn't make it. So I had my former partner, Barbados former table tennis champion, Robert Earl. Robert Earl and myself was there to promote tennis on the island. St. Lucia didn't have any competitive tennis then. The place was packed the nights that we played. St. Lucians had never seen this professional style of table tennis before. Later on, the company, Peter and Company, donated 18 tables and equipment to the schools there so the kids can play. My last time in competitiveness was 2006. I played my final tournament in Canada. In Florida. I played in the senior games. I won the medals, gold medal, because there weren't trophies anymore, gold medal for the women's doubles, and gold medal in the mixed doubles, and a bronze medal for the women's singles. I just want to say other sports besides table tennis I was involved in. Netball, swimming. I was one of the first women of 2 basketball teams ever in Barbados. And I was a motorcycle stunt rider. I rode with the Rockets Motorcycle Club in Barbados. We even performed in the independence celebration for Barbados in 1966.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, superwoman.
Yes.
Thank you so much for just telling us some of your amazing and lengthy career. I mean, it's just wonderful. It's obvious that you have the heart of a champion, and I know you're small in stature. And as we Jamaicans would say, you pickle but you talawa.
No, you, Joan. You know, I have no idea what you say, but I just want to say something here in order for the Jamaica team that I think some Jamaicans here don't even know this. Back in the 50s and 60s, Jamaica had a family called the Foster family. Maurice Foster, Dave Foster, and Joy Foster. They were unbeatable. And at the age of 8 years old, Joy won the national championship in Jamaica. Today, yes, she's in the Guinness Book of Records of the youngest women's singles and doubles champion. So kudos to Jamaica on there.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. And I hope the family is listening, or at least, some of the...
I think she has a relative somewhere here, and she lives here, but I don't know where.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, but like I said, little Batalawa in our Jamaican patois terms means that we may be small, but we're powerful, we're strong, we're resilient, we're tough. That's what it means.
Oh, but I'll try to remember all that, Joan.
I'll write it down and send it to you.
Okay.
All right, we gotta move on because there's so much more to you.
Okay. You keep.
Your first book called it's called Call to Serve Memoirs of a Table Tennis Champion.
Right. Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind just sharing some of the recognition you received following the launch of that book in 2006. I'm privileged to have a copy, so I know how good it was. But just tell us some of the recognitions you received.
Okay. I actually launched the book in Toronto in 2007. I went to Barbados for launching. I did a launching with Jamaica Association here in Orlando, and then in 2012 I did one in St. Lucia. I got very good reviews by the media. I became the first Caribbean female writer and author a book on table tennis. Later, the ambassador Michael King for Barbados held a reception for me at the Barbados Embassy in Washington, D.C. And this was on National Heroes Day, celebrating the recognizing and complimenting me for sharing my memoirs in sports. Special mention, 2011, I was named table tennis icon in Barbados. 2003 and 19, I was nominated for the Barbados National Honors Merit Award. And 2004, nominated for the United States Table Tennis Hall of Fame for my contributions to the sport.
Excellent. Yes. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Now we're going to move on from that and talk about you as a member of the Coalition of the Barbados Association of Central Florida, and I'm sure they would appreciate it if you just told a little bit about the accomplishments of that association and your role. And by the way, I want to quickly say, it's because of your coming to the Jamaican American Association in 2008 to give a presentation on your book that I first learned about the association and then became a member.
Hey, you see that? Now you're the president of everything. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. You want me to say something? Okay. Let me start here. The Barbados, of course. I became a member of the Barbados Coalition Association since I came down here 2000 actually, and served in various capacities, included the assistant treasurer, the correspondence secretary, and co-chairperson, entertainment and fundraising committee. I was later recognized in 2003 with the Distinguished Service Award for hard work and dedication. I'm still a member. I don't get there that often, but I am a member.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Well, I was at their last party, their independence, and you were there too. So we were happy, the Jamaican American Association members were happy to celebrate with Barbados at their independence in November. It was a wonderful event. We had a very, very good time. Now, though, time goes by so quickly, but I just wanted, you have 2 minutes.
All right, but if you keep talking, I wouldn't have 2 minutes. Let me go quickly. My plans for next year. Okay, I want to continue to write and complete what is in progress for a few novels. I also will be nominated again for the U.S. Table Tennis Hall of Fame next year. Wish me luck. That's what I'm looking for.
You deserve it.
And I want to say, Joan, thank you for having me on the show. And I wish for everyone in the new year peace, love, and be safe.
Oh, thank you. God bless you for that. And I wish you only the very best. You know that. And you deserve every accolade that you receive from Barbados and the world.
That's
because
right.
your career is truly amazing.
That's only part of it. That's only part of it. I couldn't get everything in.
I know. And you need 2 hours, 3 hours.
That's right. You're talking about over 50 years. You know, it's a lot. But I certainly...
What you did. I know the audience loved it. I know I certainly did. You know, because there's so many of us that have interesting careers behind them. And you still have a career ahead of you. Because I know you want to continue writing.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
So, yeah. Well done. And time is up. But thank you again for coming. God bless you and keep you.
And I thank you and the staff and everybody. Take care. It was nice talking.
My pleasure.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
John, thank you. Oh my goodness, what an incredible